and again, I'm not disrespecting Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts to me is a good, not great quarterback. Not even a really good quarterback, but just a good quarterback. He can make all the plays that a good quarterback should be able to make, right?
And
He's
he
an
got the
omega.
job done.
Shout out, root to the bros, but I have no, I'm a fraternity brother of mine. You feel me? Like, hey, I root for the fraternity to do
Come on,
well.
come on, come on. Get it out.
Jalen Hurts, hey, Jalen Hurts, Jalen Hurts being one of those. But again, and I don't know where or how my fandom got that way, but it's not the Eagles. The Eagles as an organization, the Eagles as a team is one that the Cowboys should aspire to be. But it's the fans. It's the people that you got to talk to on a day-to-day basis. It's the people that you have to interact with, the people that start talking that nonsense. Those are the people that drive the hate. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
as far as an organization, the Cowboys should wish that they could one day, you know, touch the hem as the
To stop the bleeding. To stop
just touch the hem of the Eagles garment, all right?
gotta stop this 30 years of bleeding.
They reaching out for the him with the little arm like something about Mary.
Hey,
man.
I have to get biblical on y'all real quick, man.
Oh,
Just the
man.
hem, bro. Just want to touch the hem of the garment, man. Come on.
Hey.
I'm envious, man. I'm envious. I'm jealous of the organizations. Nah, man. I'm serious. I'm envious of the
Oh
organization
shit.
that really take football serious and are really out there in an arms race year after year to
Mm-hmm.
be the best in the game, to be the top dog. And it's always going to be San Francisco,
Mm-hmm.
the Baltimore Ravens, the Kansas City Chiefs, as long as they have Mahomes. Even you saw the Kansas City Chiefs on that trajectory before Mahomes got there. They had Andy Reid. They just had Alex Smith. They needed a quarterback, and even then, they'll always laugh at the Buffalo Bills because that pick that they traded up to get,
Mm-hmm.
they traded with the Buffalo Bills.
Mm.
That's the Buffalo Bills pick that got them Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So you think about that, right? And now he been kicking their ass up and down the street every year,
And
right?
and to be honest, do you even think the Bills would have picked Patrick Mahomes with that pick? Probably not.
Probably not.
You know?
Exactly.
This
Again, so
crazy.
you have the Kansas City Chiefs, you have the 49ers, you have the Ravens, you have the Eagles, you
Mm-hmm.
have now the Lions have entered the conversation where it seems like they're trying to be a contender. But it's always the same 5 or 6 teams that are going to be standing. And then now the Texans are coming along. You know what I'm saying? Let's see how long if they can really build that out after um, let's see if they can really build that out after CJ Stroud is no longer on his rookie contract.
Mm-hmm.
You have the Cincinnati Bengals that apparently, people believe that they were coming into that upper echelon, but now that it's time to pay a few people, T. Higgins may not be there next year. What does that
T.
team look
Higgins will not be
like?
there.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now Burrow has lobbied to have T. Higgins stay in the fold, but with the way that he was treated, I don't think he's going to give them any discounts, and I don't think they can afford to pay him. So I'm
No.
with you, EP, that he won't be
Yeah.
there.
Um,
And then what about the Pittsburgh Steelers?
before you go
Right.
there, I wanted to answer DP's question. DP, you asked me how many playoff appearances did the Eagles make while Doug Peterson was the head coach, and the answer is 3. In 2017, they won the Super Bowl. In 2018, they lost in the division championship. In 2019, they lost in the wild card game. So those were the three appearances that he had in his 5 years.
And
In
then the
his
2 years after that, they didn't make it.
just in 2020, his last year, he didn't make it.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
he they went like four. They went 4-11 or something like that. 4-11-1. He got fired, and then in 2021 they won the wild. They were a wild card team, and they've been making the playoffs ever since. Ever since they got rid of him.
With the utmost respect, I would bend any hope of Dallas being a serious organization. I followed them for a while, just as virtue of being in Texas. But not once have I seen Jerry actually care about winning. It's about the money, which is respectable. That's his investment, but you have to accept the reality of it. And I
I
think that's in response to, you hoping that Dallas would be something of what some sort of semblance of what the Eagles are. I think that's him saying that in response to that. Like, will they ever even get back to the glory days, which are 25 years past? Go ahead, KP.
Well,
You were saying
yeah, I
something.
was I was gonna let you know. I can talk about
Yeah.
that. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you go.
I mean, we've got a ton of shorts on it. Ubong talking about this and talking about this disgruntled marriage he's been in with the Cowboys, this love hate relationship he's got. Um, but you said it tonight. If Jerry can just touch the hem of the garment, but he's not trying to touch the hem of the garment because as engineers saying, and as Bong has said for many many years, is that it's about the money.
Mm-hmm.
It's about everything else except winning Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and I'll say this, man. I've held out hope that they would change their ways, but at the end of the day, um, they're more about, and when I say they, I'm talking about the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
They're more about um, trying to win the headlines in some odd, obscure way, right? Like Micah Parsons said to Jerry Jones, he beat Jerry Jones to the punch, and he said, "Listen, I don't have to be the highest paid. Get my deal done so you can open up some cap space so that we can focus on bringing in free agents." The day of the Super Bowl, a leaked story comes out saying, "Oh, there's been discussions inside of the Dallas organization that Micah could be traded." CD
Mm.
Lamb responds, "Y'all aren't tired of this? Every season, every off season, top of the charts. Let's just win ball games." And that's with number 11, shaking my head. He's talking to the organization.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, y'all do it. It's the same shit. Y'all did the same shit with CD. Y'all did the same shit with Dak. And then you're going to drag it out all summer, wait to the end of the summer, pay the man, pay
Mm-hmm.
the man, and then say, hey, man, we got all our money tied up with Micah Parsons. We couldn't sign any other free agents. There's only so much pie. I keep telling you, they love to talk about this invisible pie, right? There's only so much pie to go around, right? So we paid Micah, we paid CD, we paid Dak. Jerry Jones said, Jerry Jones said that it's he for all the people that say that he doesn't care about winning right now and he's not spending to win. Like, he just paid Dak Prescott. So he keeps throwing Dak's contract out there. Like, yo, what do you mean I didn't spend on free agents? I paid Dak Prescott. I made him the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. Again, Dak Prescott's the scapegoat until he retires and the
Mm-hmm.
next quarterback comes in and he's the new scapegoat, like
Yeah.
Tony Romo was before Dak.
I-
It's the same. It's rinse and repeat, Jerry. We know the game. Every fan knows the game, bro. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
2025. We're too educated. Google will allow us to go inside the numbers and show you that the Eagles spent money and they could push these other contracts down the road. And all it's going to take is one bad year to reset, and you can do the same shit all over again.
I could, I
Hey,
could, I could hear Jerry saying, "We just paid Dolly Part. I mean, Dak Prescott the money."
hey, 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 quick sidebar. when you mentioned Micah Parsons, it made me think of this. Did y'all see Warren Sapp walk out of that radio show when old
Warren
boy
Sapp,
was talking
he's an
about?
idiot.
Did you see it? Where he was
He's an
talking
idiot.
about Micah Parsons was an elite pass rusher,
Yes.
and he
Yes.
said something about like, yeah, he gets like 15 sacks a year, and he was like, he what?
They,
Look it up, and he
they
walked
were
out.
asking. They were asking. Um, they were asking him about Travis Hunter and Shador Sanders, and I
Mm-hmm.
think he was saying like Travis Hunter, um, Travis Hunter something, Shador Sanders, Cam. What's the boy's name? The other quarterback,
Ward.
Cam Ward.
Cam Ward,
Mm-hmm.
right? So then they said something about Abdul Carter, which is the DN out of or the linebacker out of Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, man, what about the rush in out of Penn State, Abdul Carter? And that's when Warren Sapp stuck his foot in his mouth. Part one. He said, who's the last great pass rusher to come out of Penn State?
Yeah.
He replies, well, Micah Parsons. He was like, Micah Parsons? What has he done in the league? And
Mm-hmm.
he's like, well, he has, has he got like, 14, 15 sacks a season? He was like, yes, he has. And he was like, what? Okay, I'm gonna end it on that. Like he didn't believe that what that Micah Parsons has had the career that he's had. And that just lets me know, Warren Sapp, you haven't watched football in a while. You're not tapped in like you should be. So, let it go, man. But again, I don't even want to make this about the Cowboys. I'm just telling you right now, the Cowboys are not about winning. I wish Dak Prescott would have just not re-signed and just
Mm-hmm.
hit free agency, went to the highest bidder, went to a program that actually cares about winning. But he, like many others, is willing to continue to try and bang their head up against. It's it's John Henry fighting against the machine, man. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's, it's hey man, I'm humanly strong, and I'm gonna beat this door down, faster and better than the machine can. Nah, you can't beat the machine. You
Yeah.
cannot beat the machine, sir.
Okay.
Jerry Jones, the Dallas Cowboys are the machine, and every player that comes into that organization thinking that they're going to be the one that's going to get them over the hump, Micah Parsons, CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, just take them out, put in DeMarcus Ware, Des Bryant, Tony Romo, uh, DeMarco Murray. Like, I mean,
The list goes on, man.
it'll
Yeah,
never
it
happen.
goes on. It goes on. And they were talking about. I saw some stuff about possibly trading or trade talks about Micah Parsons, but we ain't. That's another story.